Straight away, see these 3-tier taps. Should never ever have this, especially in this situation. It's definitely a no-no. See that there, shower in there. See how loose that is? That's not bad actually. See how loose that is? Constant water going down there. That is an hole straight down to the back. So when you turn this shower on, you turn it on, shower's finished, you turn it upside down, all the water runs down there, straight through, straight to the floor. Where do you think it's going? What that's doing is going on against your wall, on the floor, and then it's just rotting it away. So over time, it just falls through. Chances are when we pull this bath out, I vision this floor to be no good. We're going to have a look at the wall because these are straw walls. We'll have to see how they are. Might have to cut it out. I don't know yet. But I vision it's going to be a lot of problems. Same with the shower there, the shower's collapsed. Obviously got behind the floor. And that's all rotten. So it's going to be some fun and games. Fun and games. Now if you look at this, see how it's been just running down that wall? Luckily they put some foil in to run it off the straw. So underneath here the straw should be dry. Because if it wasn't dry, then you would have had problems. Because the straw walls, see how they've coated it with glue? One good thing that they actually did. That's the straw wall. That has to stay in that, you can't take that out. When you do these, you should board them like that. Then tile on top of them and then you can take them boards off. And the wall's alright. Because the walls, you can't just replace them in here. But they're a very bad idea them. If you're thinking about getting a bath and putting taps in centre, never do that. Ever. Ever.
Cats don't like water.
No. Cats don't like water either. Ever. And I mean ever, Trevor. Because look at the state of it. Look how many nuts there is to go wrong. Look, that's been leaking. You can see how it's been running down. Can't get into it. This shower, the shower pulls out of that. I can't pull it out now, it's strapped. Pulls out of that, but you've got an hole going straight from there, straight through there. Where's it going? Straight to the floor. It's just going, running straight down to the floor. Look, it's rotting the bottom of the bath. That's from the water running down there. And the bottom of the bath's rotten there. They're a bad idea. Don't let anybody talk you into this. And definitely don't let any showman in a showroom talk into a set of these taps. They're no good. No good. You can see what it is whoever had this bathroom fit, they must have paid at least 6 or 7 grand for the gear. And then I gather what they've gone for the cheapest quote. So when this customer's bought this property, first thing it looked lovely. Didn't see all the problems which were coming with the bathroom. Now, when someone spends money on gear like this, you would expect it to be fit properly. And you can see it's just been leaking. Straw wall, all rotten. So what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to cut this wall out all the way back to the good straw. And then we'll have to reboard it. Down here, it's bad, but it's not as bad as this. So we're going to have to scrape it off, make sure that it's gone to the decent side of the wall, and then we'll seal it again, just to kill everything off and redo it step by step. This is what you get when you go cheap on fitting. Fitting's what you need to pay for. Never mind the bathroom gear. Don't pay for the good quality fitter. This is what happens.
Buy cheap, buy twice.
Yeah, buy cheap, buy twice. Cheap fitter, pay twice. Top tip, MJC. So this is what we've ended up with. It's even worse than anybody ever thought. Look how rotten it is. Look at that. Look how bad it is. Into next door. All the way through. That is because they haven't fit them properly. They've already coated that. It looks like they tanked the wall, but it hasn't made a difference. Because the tile is the one what's waterproof. It don't make a difference what you put on the wall. If you tile it and it's leaking, it's knackered. No matter what. I can't do any more. Can't show you anymore. All this is, we're going to have to cut this out until we find some dry straw. Then we're going to have to batten it, so we're going to have to cut all that out. Might even have to cut half of the wall out. Ideally, we'd want to just knock it all down and rebuild it, but we can't do that. So we're going to have to cut it halfway, stud it, and then we'll seal this straw where we've cut it, and then we'll put it all back together. This is the complications if it's not done right, not tiled right in the first place. It's shocking. Someone's just come in here, bodged it, and scarpered. This is what I'm seeing on every job I'm going to.
Can I just ask you, come on.
Right, so change of plans of what we're doing now. We're going to take this wall out, and then we're going to move it into this bedroom or into this dining room about a foot to give that bathroom a little bit more space, because this wall behind here is knackered. There's no you can do with it. We have to chop it all out, so it's easier for us. Just chop that up there, and I'm going to build a little 4-inch stud, bish bash bosh, reboard it, skim this side up, tile over side. They get an extra foot in the bathroom, and they originally wanted an extra foot in the bathroom because the units were tight. Now we've got enough room for the units, and it'd be lovely. So when you're doing this, you've got to watch for your cables, cutting cornice or coving. Make sure when you go through that, you go through it steady because there might be a cable. Always watch what you're doing. So to get through it, I am using my reciprocator. That blade's long enough for that straw wall. I've pieced a little hole in it there. Pieced a little hole in it there. So I'm going to through that wall. I'm going to have a look on the other side, make sure that. So after a little bit of investigation, up there, but no, there's nothing there. Make sure the walls split. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut off the ceiling, cut down that edge here, and then that wall's just going to go, it's going to keel over. Be like it's been out on town, you know what I mean? Because half of it's missing, so we're taking all the tiles off first, we make it light, and then when we push it in, no one's going to get flattened by it. So always think about health and safety because it could kill someone. Top tip. See, what you got to think about is when you get a job like this, and it's so badly damaged, the walls are so badly damaged, it's pointless panicking about it and thinking, what are you going to do? You have to do whatever you have to do to put it right. And that's it. End of. Do you know what I mean? There's no shortcuts around this. This wall is way too damaged just to cut a little sliver out and take it. We'd have to take it, I don't know, way too high. It's how bad. It looks good here. On the other side, there's no chance. Absolutely no chance. So I've cut it off there. That's where we're going to put us batten down there. We're going to extend the bathroom now. So there's always a positive, even though it's a negative. Extend the bathroom, 4-inch stud, bish bash bosh, job done. And then that's the other side, which as you can see, it's no good. and then just knock it out. Push it to me. Top end first, Chris. We'll see if it goes, it goes. Push it to me again. That's not top. That's not top, is it, Chrissy? Should always go from top because top's going to be heavy. Pull the top out and then the bottom. So don't do as I do. Do as I say.
You've not cut it, nothing.
I've cut it. And then jobs are good. See how condensed it is? That bit of wall's alright there. Just from that bottom part. So if you wanted, you could have left that top half in and just cut the bottom from about there and got rid of all the damaged stuff. Wherever it's climbed to, you have to cut it out back to the firm bit there. Nice and solid with these walls if you've never dealt with them. But we're just going to take this one out completely and build us a stud. Stud wall, easiest way. Measure from there to there, measure from there to there, make sure it's square. Start with that first batten on wall, and then the bottom batten using your laser. Then the top batten using your laser. Then this one, screw it straight into the side there. That way, now you can just measure them in between and just bang them in. And you know everything's square, level. Especially if you've got a laser, it's easy. Beautiful. That's what it's looking like in that bathroom. I think we changed his name to Demolition Mick.
We left it. Like,
look at the cables, all that needs sorting out. Electricians are going to have a field day with that. They've just taped it up on black electrician tape. But we'll get there. End of today, be lovely. I'm just replacing these joists, like for like. Cut them off there on the brick wall, put some damp course underneath. Cut them, see how you need to get them right back to wherever is proper wood. And then what we're going to do, we're going to treat them. The bone dry right up to that point, but we're going to treat them with just a bit of killer all over.
oh, you give him a lift with a major file, so.
Like that. And then treat that side. Then we'll drop some new joists in what we've got. Tape them up, we've took them out of the holes. And then they're supported on the brick exactly how they were originally. And then we'll put some battens across it just to strengthen it. And jobs are good and back on track then. Cut everything out, everything that is wet, damp, we've cut out. That's it. So I cut the joist out on the brick supports where they were originally. I've just joined them back up, I've painted them just in case, but we cut them till they were dry. Put some more damp course in the walls where the joists were going through. But I only got 4 and I've used them. And then for my wall, that's different size timber, so I couldn't use that, but I've run out of timber for my wall as well. But the wall's up, we've blocked it off. We'll have to call it a day. Have to look at this pipe work and see what we're going to do with it, because we still need to get the floor. We still need to get the floor in so they can walk on it to put the toilet back in. So there's only one toilet. So we've still got busy. It's just going to get thrown in, toilet will go in, and then we'll take it out tomorrow and we'll start again. But been a busy day, very busy day. You never know what you're going to find. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you for watching MJC Kitchens and Bathrooms.